VGRT Gaming Podcast, episode 741, recorded on January 5th, 2025.
Hello and welcome to the
Hello and welcome to the 741st episode of the TD Gaming Podcast and 574th episode of Video Game Roundtable. I am Jonah Falcon.
I'm Scott Dirk.
The VGRT Gaming Podcast focuses on game news from around the industry. So yeah, we are short one person today. Maybe they'll pop in and join us. Who knows? But It is the new year. And I had to wait for some good news, or at least some interesting news. And finally, we have some interesting news. So before we get into all that, what have you been playing, Scott?
I've been playing Jedi. I've been still playing Jedi Survivor.
Okay.
And I played a little bit of another game, Kinseed, which is very similar to Stardew Valley, but I think you have generations, so that way you can have your kids and then they can take over for you, kind of thing.
Wait. I think, is this the game that came out a few years ago?
Yeah, it's a couple of years old, yeah.
Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, in which people help you because you grow old, you die in like course of like, I don't know, is it 48 hours or something like that? You know?
Yeah.
I have not tried that game yet. It's a weird experimental game.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely feels a lot like Stardew, though, because you have this big town, you're going exploring, and there just seems to be a lot to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's everybody. Everybody depends on everybody else. That's why you have to raise other people's kids.
Yeah, I think that's I haven't played too much of it, but yeah, I'm trying it out.
Okay. I have been playing just one new game. It's one in an early access. I think I showed it to you. It is called Memoriapolis. Memoriapolis. It's two words. And basically, you're building a a Roman city, and all you do are build the buildings. You don't build the roads. You don't attract people. You just build those buildings, and people come to your place. Sort of like those old city builder games, like what was the name of the one that was set in Egypt?
There's a new one, Tiny Glaze, where you're just building buildings.
Yeah, there's another Egyptian building game, but it's getting poor reviews on Steam. But yeah, I haven't been playing much. I've started playing Against the Storm again. I don't know why. Maybe I just want achievements. But yeah. So this week has been very interesting, and I'm really sad that TJ's not here because I would love to hear his opinions on some of the stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah, certainly.
So we're going to get into quick news, and this one is addressed to you. After 15 years, Minecraft has finally added 2 new pig variations, cheaper lodestone, leaf blocks, drop leaves, and leaf and flower decorations. Have you noticed the new pigs?
Yes, I saw the new pigs. They are linked to the biome that they're found in. So you'll have a cold pig, which has like fur on it, kind of like a boar. And then you have like a tan one in the hot biome. And then the normal one still has the pink pig. So it's nice. We have cat variants, dog variants, and now pig variants. And, it's really nice to see that.
Minecraft people are very weird. That's all I can say. You Minecraft people are weirdos.
It's not that weird. But the thing that I really like is the cheaper lodestone, where now you can use iron instead of netherite to make the lodestone block, and that's a lot cheaper and a lot easier to get.
How is that important in the game?
You can link your compass to them, and you can put them in all sorts of locations and have different.
Oh, okay, so they're magnetic. Okay.
Yeah, they're magnetic, and so they're just great for navigation. But they're also a good decorative block too, and so it's just nice to be able to make more of those if I want to. And also a nice addition is the leaf blocks. All the leaf blocks now drop leaves as particle decoration, which they only the cherry blossom leaf block and the pale leaf block were doing that. So now it's like consistent across the board. All the leaf blocks will now do that, and then they also added uh, like dead leaves that you can put on the ground and yellow and white leaves that work like the cherry flowers. So now you have more of that kind of flower decoration, which is really nice. And I think this is leading up to the next edition of Minecraft, which I think will be like in the summer or something. We'll have to see.
Okay, well, this year Marcus Persson claimed that he was making the spiritual successor to Minecraft.
And then in like less than a week, he said, "Nah, never mind. He's doing
And
something
he
else."
blamed the gamers for it.
Oh, whatever. Yeah,
Oh God, Marcus, step off the stage. We don't care about you anymore.
not really. No. It was like
We're finding out that you weren't really there was a lot more people who made Minecraft besides you.
his tweet was so passive aggressive. He was talking about how like pathetic an old game trying to be remastered or whatever is, and it was just it's so sad just to see him so like just seem like this bitter little troll that comes out every once in a while.
If you remember, back when Marcus had a lot of money, he offered to fund Psychonauts 2. At the time, Microsoft hadn't purchased Double Fine yet, and Tim Schafer said no, because I think the word among developers is that he's a prick and no one wants to deal with him, and fans are starting to find out he's a prick and no one wants to deal with him.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah.
Sad.
So Nintendo broke their silence on Switch 2 leaks, and their wording is very interesting. They said the gaming hardware that Genki is claiming to be Nintendo hardware at CES is unofficial and was not provided to the company by Nintendo. Okay.
I'm always suspect when people are showing 3D renderings and all.
No. This was a actual physical thing.
Mm.
And here's the thing. Notice the wording Nintendo said. They said it was unofficial, and they didn't give it to Genki.
Oh, so maybe Genki took it, stole it.
I'm saying that is the Switch 2 hardware, and Nintendo refuses to acknowledge that it is until it's ready. It's like,
yeah,
well, maybe it's ours, but if it is, we didn't let them have it.
right.
So, translation: yes, that's the hardware. No, it's not announced yet.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you saw, I posted a picture in the bottom of the patch notes to show what it.
Yeah, I've seen that picture floating around.
It looks like what a Switch 2 would look like, except I don't think it would be that colorless. I mean, the Switch 2 show is just a white with a black border on it. It's like it's kind of drab looking, but then again, it's just a promotional model. I mean, developers have had the Switch 2 for a year now, at least. Probably.
It looks a little bit bigger, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to have a better screen.
Yeah.
And they released some patent things on upscaling to 4K. Actually, it's upscale from 720 to 1080p and upscale from 1080p to 4K, which tells me they're going to start releasing older games like the Wii and maybe the GameCube.
Yeah,
those games.
Definitely looking forward to seeing more games on their virtual console. I guess not virtual console. It's a whatever. Their online thing that you have to have a subscription for.
Yeah. But here's a question: do you want to upgrade to a Switch 2?
Yes.
Okay, well then, I mean, here's the thing. It's one thing to have the new hardware, but it's another thing to want to have it. I mean, no one really wanted to go from the Wii to the Wii U, so it's not a guarantee. And I don't think there's been much adoption of the PlayStation
I guess it depends. I mean, definitely gonna want to wait to see what software they do, what games they put on there. If there'll be a new
So
Zelda, a new Mario,
that's going to be
new
another interesting thing about third-party support, which we're going to talk about shortly about the Switch. But
yeah.
first, Microsoft announces the Xbox Developer Direct. This comes from Eurogamer. Microsoft will once again hold a Xbox Developer Direct to kick off the new year. Deep dives into a small selection of upcoming Xbox Game Studios titles. It'll be on January 23rd at 1 p.m. Eastern. And officially, there's going to be a look at Doom: The Dark Ages, South of Midnight, which looks very interesting. That's the game that's kind of Cajun. You know, that girl who's riding on a
Oh
turtle.
yeah, I remember seeing that.
Player Obscure, Expedition 33, which is the Final Fantasy game that everybody wanted but didn't get.
Yep, I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
And a mystery fourth game from an unknown studio. And there's already speculation on what that might be. We're going to talk about that later. Microsoft still has plenty of its 2025 release schedule that could be Fable, The Outer Wilds, Avowed, which will be just a month away. But the secret of nature here suggests it's something that hasn't been publicly confirmed. It'll be interesting if internet rumors of an Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake bearing fruit, and we're finding out it's not. And it's going to be something that's kind of shocking.
I've been wondering about Threads of Time though, because I know that they had that trailer on the Xbox, and
Which
if we're
one?
going to see anything more about that.
What game? Which game?
Threads of Time. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No. And it's probably not going to be Avowed because Avowed's coming out in February.
Yeah, that
And
one's
it's
releasing, so it's
so I
nothing
don't
to
think it's
reveal.
I'm looking forward to. You know, I still have Pillar of Eternity on my Steam list. I really should delve into it and start playing it. Just so
Yeah, that's a good game. I played both Pillars. They're both
I have
done.
both Pillars. The problem is I don't have time to play them. But the reason is that it takes place in its own unique world. I might as well figure out that world. So, remember when I talked about the Switch 2 and software? Well, check this out. Switch 2 reportedly getting Halo and another big Xbox game, with Microsoft set to be a quote-unquote very big supporter. And this stuff from Eurogamer. While the gaming world waits for Nintendo to finally reveal the Switch 2, rumors continue to swirl, and a reliable leaker now claims Microsoft will be a very big supporter of the console, bringing two major Xbox series to the Switch 2. This is from Nate the Hate, who already predicted that Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Grounded, and Pentiment would be on the PS, PlayStation 5, and two of them also on the Switch. He now reports that they're going to release Halo the Master Chief Collection and Flight Simulator in 2025. That's interesting because Flight Simulator requires some really beefy hardware, which tells me it's going to be a streaming game. Which also tells me that Halo may be a streaming game on the Switch. So now, there's another interesting twist to that too. That Flight Simulator and Halo will also be on PlayStation. But the mystery game that they're talking about at the Halo thing, maybe. Nate also says Square Enix is bringing Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth to the Switch and the Xbox, with the remake appearing this year and Rebirth in 2026.
That'd be very interesting.
And Final Fantasy 16 to the Xbox. Those are games we thought that Sony had permanent exclusive console status. Apparently not. So, want to bet those are the mystery games that Microsoft is going to show off at the Developer Direct?
That's certainly possible. I'm not surprised Square Enix would get their Final Fantasy games on other platforms because it didn't perform as well as they wanted it to. So obviously they want more money.
Sony paid Square Enix to make these games for the PlayStation exclusively, right? And there must have been a clause that said if these games don't make this much money, you make a multi-platform. And they didn't make money.
It didn't make as much as they wanted it to make.
And I'm pretty sure. And also, by the way, all these Final Fantasy titles will be coming to the Switch too. So what we see here is console exclusivity is going away.
Except
And
for
that doesn't mean that
Nintendo.
Nintendo's going to start releasing Pokemon games on the Xbox, but Microsoft sees dollar signs, and I know how they're going to recoup the idea. Well, what are we paying for? Game Pass, and then they're going to release their handheld. And their handheld, I'm willing to bet you, will be a Wi-Fi slash 5G controller, that you stream games on. I'll bet you anything. That you could also broadcast to your TV as well.
That does sound good.
Yeah. And they have Game Pass, so it's sort of like, well, I mean, yeah, Doom may be on the PlayStation, but guess what? If you have Game Pass, you don't have to pay the $70 or $80 or whatever. How much it is? How much I want to bet prices are going to rise? We're going to see $80 games next year or this year or next year.
Oh, man. Yeah, stuff has been getting more expensive, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a price increase.
Had you played any of the new Final Fantasy games?
Yeah, I have the remake on PlayStation 4. I played that game. I had trouble with it, and I guess Rebirth. I guess the second one is on PlayStation 5 only, and I don't have that, so I don't have that game. So yeah, it would be nice to see it on PC, so at least I can play it off of Steam.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, if it comes to Switch, I'm pretty sure you say, oh, screw that. I want to play it on Switch.
Yeah, I hope it works well.
Yeah, so the thing is that I wonder if the big thing about the Switch is that it's going to have better streaming, better internet capability.
That could be, since they're talking about having a big supporter of Microsoft. Microsoft could probably help them a lot with that kind of stuff.
And Flight Simulator. I mean, that game requires a beefy beast, and the only way you're going to play it on the Switch too, I'm pretty sure, is going to be through streaming. Yeah, I mean, Microsoft's not no stranger to Nintendo. Remember, they released both Ori games years ago on it.
Right.
And Cuphead was first released on the Nintendo, so it's not like, Now, let's go the other direction. I don't know if Nintendo's ever going to release anything on the Xbox.
No, I don't see that happening.
But you'll know something's up if all of a sudden Pokemon appears on Xbox. And here's the thing. Did you see the new trailer for Pal World?
No, I have not.
It is so Pokemon-ish. With the music, you expect Ash Ketchum to show up. The only difference between that and Pokemon is you have this woman flinging arrows at Pokemon. I mean, in Pokemon don't die. In Pal World, pals die. It is, if you watch it and you listen to the music, you say, oh, is this the new Pokemon animated series? It is so upbeat and happy and Pokemon-ish. I get the impression
a little Monster Hunter, but yeah. Monster Hunter.
Actually, it's gameplay-wise, it's more like Ark Survival Evolved, except with Pokemon instead of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But people are into it.
Yeah, they're enjoying it.
And it seems like the developers aren't really worried about Nintendo's lawsuits.
I guess the lawsuit's just I don't know, it's like a minor thing.
I wonder if they took out the throwing balls. You no longer throw a Pokeball.
Yeah, that would do it too.
Snap them or whatever. Put them in a box instead of a ball. Hey, look, it's a cube, not a sphere. It's not a ball.
Yeah, I don't know what they did.
Okay. What else can we talk about here before we move on? Because I imagine playing. Oh, wait. You know what? I just realized something. Hey, if Halo's going to be on the Switch, are we going to see Master Chief?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be playing Halo.
No, but will Master Chief be in Smash Brothers?
Oh, be in Smash Brothers? I thought they were done with that.
No, I mean they have they have a character from Minecraft.
Yeah, I guess they could add Master Chief
I
on
mean,
Twitter.
if Halo's on the Switch, then it officially means that Master Chief has been on a Nintendo platform, which means, hey, guess what? Hey, step aside, Solid Snake. I'm here now.
Yeah, I suppose
Step aside, Bayonetta. I'm here now.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen.
Assassin's Creed Shadows delayed again as Ubisoft explores company sale options. This is getting bad for Ubisoft. Ubisoft said it's delaying Assassin's Creed Shadows again as the company explores sale options. The highly anticipated next Assassin's Creed game will now launch on March 20th. It was supposed to launch on February 14th, and before that in November 2024. Ubisoft said today is currently taking decisive steps to shape the company and has now appointed advisors to blah, 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 blah. They're discussing buyout options with Tencent, which might not be a good idea for Ubisoft, considering the military just put Tencent on their list of foreign agents that can't be embargoed. And right now, we don't know what's going on with TikTok. It's getting to the point in which they might be closing in the next few days.
Wow, that's surprising.
Well, I mean, it's again, you can't have American data with a Chinese company. Ubisoft statement notes that the recently confirmed end of Shooter X Defiant in December and the subsequent closure of 3 studios in high-cost geographies, and Star Wars Outlaws tanked. And that's it. They only have Assassin's Creed Shadows. Here's the problem. Ubisoft only makes one kind of game now, and it's biting them in the ass because it's boring.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Because remember when Ubisoft would do games like Rayman?
Yeah, I missed that. Those were nice platform games.
I mean,
They're
yeah,
very cheerful.
they were better than the Mario platform games, to tell you the truth.
I mean, yeah, but it's like it was its own thing. It had a different kind of vibe, and it was
It had a different kind of
fun.
game. It was a platformer. All we have
then
now from Ubisoft are these
and then
open
the
world
freaking
games.
rabbits came and bye bye Rayman. Rabbit, it was all stupid raving
Yeah,
rabbits.
but at least that, you had the Rayman Switch game, or was it Wii game, which you
See, that's
showed the controller. At least it was something other than an open world game.
That's why I don't like the rabbits. That's why they annoy me more than the minions, because they pretty much took out Rayman. You know, it's been just raving rabbits.
And then they tried to make that Prince of Persia game and made it a side scroller.
It was a good game.
It was a good game, but it failed. And when I played
originally it was a side scrolling adventure game. Originally,
the very first one by Jordan Mechner, yes.
Yeah.
But here's the problem: is that when I was playing it, I just wasn't feeling it. It felt like an indie game they were trying to push as a AAA game. It just did not work for me.
Didn't they have a
parry system? It felt sloppy.
Didn't Ubisoft have a quadruple pirate game of some kind?
Yeah, Skull and Bones. Yes, we know.
Yeah, I think that died, I guess.
They didn't know what to do with that.
I guess I'm not surprised at all.
I will say this, they're selling it for like $1 now, or some ridiculously low price. And I will say, if you have an hour to kill, play that, because that's all the gameplay that's in that thing.
An hour?
Yeah, it's like all the main stuff takes an hour. The rest of the stuff is just waiting for shit to happen.
That's sad.
In another report, Ubisoft was quote, deeply disturbed by damning reports of abuse at Assassin's Creed Shadows support. Brandoville was the name of an Indonesian support studio, and they provided assistance with the forthcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows, though it closed in August last year, after which the reports of abuse emerged. We're deeply disturbed by recent reports surrounding Brandoville Studios. We strongly condemn all forms of abuse. It was a report by People Make Games, which detailed abuse by the Brandoville commissioner, Kwan Cherry Lai, who ran day-to-day operations. It ranged from a strict work schedule and daily Christian-enforced worship to forcing an employee to write lines like a school child, humiliating her in front of colleagues, and demanding a video of her slapping herself 100 times as punishment. They also overworked a pregnant employee whose prematurely born son sadly died after 4 months in intensive care. Now, before we want to blame Ubisoft, this company also worked on Age of Empires 4. They were a support studio. Honestly, it's just wow.
That's really sad. That's terrible.
I mean, daily Christian worship.
I don't. That's weird.
That's just. I had to bring it up because it was a part of everything that's going on with Ubisoft. It's just everything just going on is so strange, even if they're not directly responsible. It figures that the last game that these people would help make was Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Maybe this company does deserve to be shut down or
Well,
go
they
out
shut
of business.
themselves down, and then all these horror stories started coming out.
Yeah.
Microsoft says handheld gaming PC should bring the best of Xbox and Windows together. This comes from Eurogamer. The future of Microsoft's handheld gaming plans includes a marriage between the best of Xbox and Windows. That's what Xbox hardware veteran Jason Renault, who also teased the company would have a lot to share later this year on what exactly its Windows-powered handheld vision might look like. Xbox boss Phil Spencer said in November that such a device is still likely a few years away. Why do I not believe that? Why do I believe it's closer than we think?
I mean, it could be.
And of course, we still have the Switch 2 leaks. And
They want to compete against that Steam Deck. That's gonna be interesting.
the funny thing is that no one's buying the Steam Deck, really. I know TJ bought it.
I got it.
But here's the thing. You look at sales, and not many people have been buying that thing because they're playing a PC game, and they want a keyboard, and they don't want to treat their PC like a console. They want to play a console, they have a console.
People are buying the Steam Deck. I'm chatting with people about the Steam Deck on various Facebook and Discord servers, and using playing whatever game they want on there. Especially some of the pixel games, those play really nicely on there. You can go anywhere playing it.
Yeah, but they're still losing money on it. The sales here.
So you think
the Steam Deck has sold fewer than 1% of the number of Switches sold.
Oh yeah, it's hard to compete against that.
No, but here's the thing: is that more people own a PC than they do a Switch.
I'm not sure about that because there seems to be a lot of console-only people out there that have never even touched a PC.
But the funny thing is that Valve says they've sold multiple millions of Steam Decks and then won't release the sales.
I don't know. I don't have those numbers, so I don't know.
I don't understand the purpose of the Steam Deck. Am I going to play Civilization 6 on a Steam Deck?
I'm not going to play Civ, but I'll play Ori or Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, or
you might play Ori on a Switch.
I played Ayudien on the Steam Deck.
Okay.
So that was fun, and it played nicely, and it was nice to have it portable.
I guess. The problem is that a lot of people don't share your opinion and don't think it's necessary for a PC gaming experience.
I don't know. I don't have any of those numbers, so I all I can tell you is I can find. I'm not the only one playing the Steam Deck.
Okay.
There's plenty of other people playing the Steam Deck.
I made a mistake here. I closed the wrong window. So yeah, I mean, who knows when they're going to announce the Switch 2? Is there a Nintendo Direct scheduled at any point?
I haven't heard of a Nintendo Direct scheduled yet, but I'm sure they'll say something maybe in March. That's probably.
Oh wait, you know what? I know what. They'll probably announce it at E3. Oh, wait a minute.
There's no E3. Yeah, I think something in March probably will be when they announce
Let me see here.
officially
I'm trying to find
reveal it.
information on this. Oh, fuck you. They want my consent or whatever. They want me to subscribe to their shitty. No, I don't want it. The Nintendo Direct is going to be in June.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. That's 2024. Never mind. Go to news because here's the thing, Microsoft, you're a good company, but Bing sucks. Bing absolutely freaking sucks. Here we are. So yeah, there's going to be one in January, but Microsoft's going to be first. Let's see. Stuff that's going to be announced at the Direct, and it's going to be late January, early February. Pokemon Legends Z to A, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Metroid Prime 4. That's it. That's all they have things. So
Oh, I thought Metroid Prime
and
4,
and the probable launch of the Switch 2.
right?
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I was saying Metroid Prime 4, I think, is another game they're going to talk about.
Yeah. So, yeah. Here's the thing: when they do the Nintendo Direct, are they gonna say, "Here's the Nintendo Switch 2, it's out now," or are they gonna say, "Here it is, you can buy it around the holidays"?
I think they might say sell it around the holiday. I mean,
Imagine if they said, "Oh,
they've
by
been
the way,
talking about how they're going to stock up on those and have enough for demand.
or you know what they may do is they may say it's available now, but have a shortage, an artificial shortage, so that like only 100,000 people are playing on a Switch 2 and everybody else wants one, so that when the holidays come around, all of a sudden there's a Switch for everybody. Hey,
Yeah, I guess that's one scenario. I don't know.
yeah. Were there any other games that were rumored for the Switch 2 that you're interested in?
Uh, the only one for Switch that I'm waiting for right now is that new Professor Layton Steam World. I
I
know
think that's
that one's
coming out for a
coming.
long
Um, and that's it at the moment until another Zelda gets mentioned. But I'm sure that's going to be a long while.
Here's a question: do you think they'll release a Mario game or a Luigi game for the Switch 2 first?
I think Mario will probably come before Zelda.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
think
don't mean before Zelda. I mean, which will come first, a Mario game or a Luigi game?
the Luigi. That would be interesting if they did a Luigi one.
Because they have launched the system with a Luigi game instead of a. Which one was Luigi's Mansion? That was a launch title for.
Oh yeah, I guess they could do a new Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, or just a remastered Luigi's Mansion, like the first Luigi's Mansion, except
Right.
now in 4K.
Yeah. See, you could see Luigi scream in even higher def detail.
Oh well, imagine if they decide, no, no, no. The first of those games we're going to release is a Wario game.
Ah, that would be a new twist.
Yeah, do they still do Wario games in which they're just mini games, or have they done a full Wario game yet?
I don't think they have done a new one. I think they haven't done one in a while. So that would be interesting then if they did do a Wario for
And
uh
Wario, you have Waluigi.
yeah. You should. That's what they should do. They should do
Release a Waluigi game.
a Waluigi. No, Wario and Waluigi together game, like it's a Mario Brothers, but it's
Yeah, the only time they've
Brothers.
ever done that was if it was tennis or some sports game.
That'd be interesting though. And then I don't know
That's
who
something
they
you
would
haven't had
have
in a
as
long time. While either you haven't had a sports game, not a Wii sports game, but a Switch sports game.
maybe they should do
Bunch of
one then.
bunch of sports mini games. At least it's better than 1-2 switch. Ugh.
Oh yeah, every game has been better than 1-2 Switch. 1-2 Switch is just what do you call it? One of those tech demos,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even good. Apparently, it was very easy to exploit and cheese and just not do it right or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so jank from what I've seen.
Anyways, look for our show notes at gamingpodcast.net, along with industry news and our gaming history articles. We enjoy feedback, so leave us comments on our blog at also hit us up at facebook.com/gamingpodcast. Subscribe to us in iTunes and leave us some iTunes comments. Find me at Blue Sky at Joe Falcon.
You can find me on Blue Sky at Shards of Sage.
And hopefully next week we'll have TJ with us
Yes.
because he was having problems traveling, so I'm guessing he wasn't able to get home today.
Yeah. Hope we get everything straightened out. We'll see him next week or next time.
Yeah, I really wanted to hear his opinion of all this stuff today because today was a bomb. It's like, oh, Microsoft doing more multi-platform, and they're getting all the Final Fantasy games we thought they weren't going to get. Oh, and the Switch's demo thing is being handed around, and Nintendo says, that's totally, we didn't allow that. We didn't allow people to have that, but we're not going to say if it's actually the hardware. But if it was, they weren't supposed to be touching it.
Right. Okay.
That sort of stuff. Ugh. And it'll be interesting. It was, can you imagine? It's like Ubisoft is collapsing. And if they get sold, I have a feeling that all the important people at Ubisoft will just run out and it'll be a shell company like Atari is. Oh, wait, we never discussed that, did we?
Which Atari thing?
Atari handheld. And the thing is that it has a paddle and a trackball on it. And
Yeah, that looked interesting.
You cannot play something like Kaboom or Tempest or Arkanoid without a trackball. You can, but it doesn't feel right. You need that. You need to, roll it between your fingers. That's how it really feels good. And trackball, hey, how do you play Missile Command or Food Fight?
I'm sure enough people will want that. That does look
Crystal
like
Castles.
a nice little thing.
I just hope they don't stick with just Atari 2600 games. I love the Atari 2600.
Yeah, they should make new games.
I played it when I was growing up. No, but at least have Atari 5200 games, Atari 7800 games, Atari 800 games, arcade ports.
They should be able to do that.
Arcade ports. Every time I see that one-up arcade cabinet with Pac-Man, but it has Galaxy in and all those other games in it, I always am tempted to get it. I don't have any room for it. I always wanted to own an arcade game of my very own.
Yeah, those cabs are huge. I like the Willow arcade game. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because Switch 2, one of their version of Game Pass, they're gonna start having Wii games as retro games. That's gonna make you feel old.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
And also make you feel old. It's not a GameCube; it's the Wii. That's a retro game now. Anyways, we will see you next week.
Happy gaming, everyone.
Be cool, have fun, play games, y'all. I had to do TJ's lines.
All right, bye.
Bye.